Sets are basically the same what you have seen in mathematics. So a set is unordered collection with no duplicate elements. Unordered collection meaning no matter in what order you insert the elements, the set is going to arrange as per its own wish. The Python is going to insert elements as per its own wish. You're not the controller over there. So basic uses include membership testing and eliminating duplicate entries. So, for example, if you have a list and a list might contain various duplicate values. For example, I can have an element, for example, one, as many times as we want. But that is not the case with sets. So, for example, if I want to look how many unique elements do I have, so I will make use of sets because sets will actually eliminate all the duplicate entries. And then I can also look for the membership testing, that is to see whether a particular element is present in the sets. Because if I have a list and it consists of multiple entries of the same element, that would actually be costly in terms of time. But in sets, it will be a little faster because since we don't have duplicate elements, it won't really take a lot of time while searching. Also, it supports all the mathematical operations which we have seen, that is union, intersection, difference, and symmetric difference. And if we want to initialize an empty set, what we do is we mention the variable s equal to, or the variable in which you want to give equal to this particular thing, that is set. Notice when we want to initialize an empty list, all we did was square brackets, but that is not possible in sets. We actually cannot use two curly brace, the opening and closing curly braces to denote an empty set, because that is something which we use in dictionaries, which you're going to see in the next slides. So this is one thing which you need to take care of. So yeah, so as you can see, this is one example where I have apple, orange, apple. So apple is repeated several times, even orange is repeated several times. But I finally, when I print this particular thing, it eliminates the repeated occurrences. So what I get is a set of all unique elements. Also, we can notice one thing. Even though I have inserted apple first, then orange, then I guess pear, so then banana. But this has actually changed the order in which we inserted elements, because set is an unordered collection with no duplicate elements. So again, we have these set methods. We can add, we can clear the entire set, we can copy. Difference, that is the typical mathematical operation. Difference update. The difference between difference and difference update is that difference is a non-destructive function that will actually not alter your original set, and difference update will actually alter your original set. Discard method is actually used to discard, or that is remove a particular element, that is what we specify. Similarly, we have intersection. You all might know what intersection in sets mean. We also have intersection update, which is kind of similar to what we saw in difference update. It actually alters the original set as well. Then we can check if both two sets are disjoint. We can set if one set is subset of the other, superset of the other. I guess it is better that you explore, because you all guys know what these particular things mean in actual mathematical terms. So I guess this is quite easy, and you can practice this thing on your own. So this is one homework task for you guys. Next we have is dictionaries. So in dictionaries we have key value pairs. So the dictionaries are indexed by keys. We actually cannot, just as we saw in list and tuples, when we had a list with suppose five elements, and I want to access an element with at index zero. So what I do is list, and then I mention the index at the square brackets. So this is not possible in case of dictionaries. In dictionaries, what I do is inside the square brackets, I mention the key which I want to access. So this is the one difference between dictionary and some other databases which we saw. Also, tuples can be used as keys if they contain only strings, numbers, or tuples. So why this is the condition? Because dictionaries are indexed by keys, which can be any immutable data type. That is, the keys of a dictionary should only be an immutable data type. We cannot have list as the key of a dictionary, because lists are mutable and we can modify lists. And if it's sort of sounds very vague if I say that we can modify the key of something, because key is meant to be unique. Yeah, so key is meant to be unique and that shouldn't change with time. So dictionaries, they have keys which are of immutable data type. So tuples can be used as keys if they contain only strings, numbers, or tuples, and if they contain list, so we cannot use that particular tuple, because indirectly that tuple consists of mutable data type, so that is not allowable. Again, as I said, dictionary is a set of key value pairs and all the keys are unique. And that was the difference between that was the difference which we saw in sets and other data types, that to create an empty set, we used to specify set and those parentheses, because the curly braces were already booked for dictionary. So if we want to initialize an empty dictionary, we just mention these curly braces and that does the job for us. Now, storing a key that is already in use will actually replace the old value associated with that key. So, for example, over here, if I have this Jack as one key and Shape as another key. So if I say tell of Jack to some other value, for example, 5,000. So that will change the value of the value which is stored at the key Jack, and I get the result. And since dictionaries are mutable, so we can actually add elements as much as we want. So telephone, we can add an element just using the index. So if I mention key, any key which does not exist, it will actually create a new key and then it would insert the element. So when I say Guido equal to 4127, even though Guido is not present in the dictionary, it will actually add another key, that is Guido. Its value is going to be 4127, and then when I print, this is what I get. Also, indexes are not possible in dictionary. We can actually index values using their key. So when I say tell of Jack, I get the output as 4098. These are some of the dictionary methods we have clear. We have which will actually remove all the elements from the dictionary. We have copy, which will copy one dictionary into another dictionary. Then we have from keys. Now, for example, if you want to create a dictionary using keys from a list, for example, we have a list with elements one, two, three, and we want those elements to be the keys of a dictionary. So we can make use of the from keys method that will initialize a dictionary with all those keys. Then we use the get method to extract some value, just like we did over here. When I said tell of Jack, so that will actually give me the value which is present, which is the value of this key, that is Jack. Similarly, when I say get method and mention the key over here, it will give me the value at that particular key. Similarly, we have items which will return the items which are present in the dictionary, like each and every uh, item key value pair in the dictionary, and that will be returned in the form of a tuple for each and every key value pair. Then we have keys which return all the keys. We have the pop function which removes the element with the specified key. Then we have pop item which will remove the last inserted key value pair. Then we have set default, which will set the default value of if, for example, if we append any other key in our dictionary. So I want some default value to be there. So we set the default value using this method. Then we also have the update method, which is used to update our dictionary. That is, if I want to add several elements into a dictionary again, so I can make use of that. Over here, if I wanted to insert an element in the dictionary, what I did was use this particular key and this particular value. But what if I want to insert more than one elements at once? So in that case, I make use of update. Now the next one is values, which will return the list of all the values in the dictionary, excluding all the keys. It will actually return all the values which is present in the dictionary. Next, coming over to something which is quite important.